Right on, it's the Motogawa Music Entertainment Show right here, and I got some very special guests in the house. I'm talking about Michael Mac McDonald. Yeah! What's going on?
What's going on? How are you?
Good, good. We got Gabe Nelson as well. What's going on, brother?
Hey, glad to be here.
Woohoo! These two people are part of an organization called HOST, which stands for Hawaii Ocean Safety Team, right? I have the pleasure as far as being able to introduce them, but let me have them introduce what they do. Go ahead, y'all.
My name is Michael McDonald. I'm the chairman of HOST.
I'm Gabe. I'm the secretary at Host.
Nice, nice. All right. Well, you guys both serve as volunteer officers in this organization called HOST. Once again, Hawaii Ocean Safety Team. Tell me a little bit about HOST and what it does, and who its members are, and all that good stuff.
All right, so HOST was founded in 1998, and then we're driven by a United States Coast Guard requirement that each major harbor has a harbor safety committee. Our state of Hawaii is unique, as we always are, and that our harbor safety committee encompasses the entire state of Hawaii, not just Honolulu Harbor.
Okay.
So basically, we bring together federal, state, agencies and commercial users, recreational users, dive companies. We bring everybody together in one forum to identify safety issues and correct them without creating legislation.
Oh,
Lowest level
politics.
solutions. Yes.
All right, all right. Oh, what a common interest of HOST members, would you say? Some of the common interests of HOST members.
I'd say everybody touches the waterfront in some capacity. I think we're united by our desire to see the waterfront and the ocean be enjoyable and safe for everybody while not having to regulate it very much. So what we try to do is get together and find common sense solutions to problems that are ailing all of us. So stuff like swim lanes in Ala Moana, deconflicting wing foil traffic with commercial barge traffic in Kahului Harbor.
Okay.
Deconflicting parachute or parasail operations with commercial traffic off Honolulu, stuff like that. We just like to get involved, solve things on the lowest level, and see everybody sort of move on with their day.
Awesome, awesome. I can see how critically important your mission is to residents and visitors because of, the fact that we're an island state. HOST has been working on a project that benefits a lot of ocean users, the Scanned If Found sticker, and I got one in my hand, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, man. I got the actual sticker right in my hand right now. Talk to me about that.
So the Coast Guard has a sticker for many years, like decades. It used to be a big orange sticker where you'd write your name and your phone number with a Sharpie. Problem was they're big and orange, and Sharpie wears off in the ocean in about a month or so. So originally we started, we were going to make it not a big orange sticker, still writing on it, and then we were moving forward with that with the help of Susan Yamamoto, who's a graphic arts designer at Bishop Museum, and we were just going to make them look nicer. Then the pandemic hit and kind of slowed everything down. But then, as we're coming out of the pandemic, everybody started using QR codes.
Exactly. All restaurants. I don't know how many times I go to a restaurant. QR code, see the menu. That's it. Easy.
And I'm not sure. Somewhere along the line, we're like, we need to do we could make this a QR code sticker, and then of course the price became more reasonable because everybody started using them. So the program kind of took off from there, and Gabe's been running with it ever since.
Yeah, you're totally right, and I think it's valuable to backtrack a little bit and talk about why the orange sticker existed in the first place and why we've got this.
Yeah.
The Coast Guard and DLNR and the lifeguards, this is all around the country, but especially here in Hawaii, have this real problem with what they call unmanned adrift search and rescue cases.
Oh.
So what happens is if you get a king tide event or a rain event, or somebody accidentally leaves a kayak, canoe, paddleboard, stand-up paddleboard, surfboard on the beach, and it goes drifting out to sea, and it gets found.
Right.
Coast Guard has to launch assets. They have to launch helicopters because there might be somebody associated with that drifting craft.
Right, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
So a dive float gets reported in the water. Coast Guard is launching boats. Coast Guard is launching helicopters. Lifeguards, state employees are out looking for somebody. Not for very long, but it ends up costing, I think, nationwide about $40 million a year. Here in Hawaii, it's about $1 million a year problem.
Wow.
So in order to combat that problem, what the Coast Guard has asked the public to do is put these orange stickers on their recreational gear. So put it on your dive float, put it on your cooler, put it on your dinghy, what have you. And what we found when we got approached by the Coast Guard to help distribute these was that the public was a little hesitant to engage with the orange sticker. There's a few reasons for that. One was it was, like Mac mentioned, it's large, it's orange, it's not very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Another one I think you mentioned was that the Sharpie rubs off.
Sharpie rubs off.
And then another one that we heard was that a lot of folks are not comfortable putting their personal info on display.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. That totally makes sense.
Yeah, and so I think it was Mac's idea originally was, hey, let's just make a better sticker, right? Let's make it shaped like a Honu or something fun that people want to put on their their water bottle, on their surfboard, on their kayak, whatever it is. And
why not a QR code?
Why not, right? So we've got this small, tasteful sticker. It does everything that the orange sticker does. We think it does a little better, and they're free all over the islands. So
now, question: where does it go when you scan the QR code? Because that's obviously everybody's like, where does it go?
Yeah.
Like website, like what happens if I scan this with my? Because I obviously I don't have my phone at the moment, but if I was to have it and I scan it, tell me where it goes.
We've made this as easy and seamless as possible. The life cycle looks like this. You pick it up, you pick a sticker up at your favorite marine retailer. You scan it for the first time. It takes you right to a web page. Okay. On that web page, it's going to prompt you to put in your name, your phone number, and say your emergency contacts phone number.
Okay.
You press enter, you're registered, you're done. You're in the system.
Okay, so not have to even put an email,
you don't have
password.
to sign up, you don't have to download an app, you don't have to do anything. Just scan the code, fill out the information, press submit, you're in the database.
Okay.
Next time somebody scans that code, they're going to get basically a text box to say, hey, would you like to message this owner? So in case your gear got lost or stolen, somebody found it and wanted to return to you, scan the code. Get right in touch with you. It's like Craigslist mail relay. If you've ever used that.
No.
Suppose I lost my dive float, but I had a sticker on it, and you found it in the parking lot.
Right.
You might scan my code, and then you get a text box, and it says, what would you like to tell the owner of this dive float?
Right.
And say, hey, my name's Lance, and here's my phone number if you want to contact me to get your dive float back.
Right.
Or you could say, hey, my name is Barbara, and I'm going to leave your dive float in the bushes over here at Malikahana because I don't want to give out my phone number. That message is anonymous. I don't see where it came from. You don't get to see my personal info. So everybody's personal info is protected here, but you still have the opportunity to help me get my gear back. So it's like a virtual lost and found.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, and that's in addition to, so the Coast Guard Command Center on Sand Island.
Yeah.
If a first responder finds the gear and has this scan on found, they can scan it right there and give it to them. But there's also associated with each sticker is a unique number, a numerical value. So they can give that to the Coast Guard Command Center, who has access. The watchstanders have access to the database. They can then go in there. So let's say it's a dive float offshore or ocean kayak. They'll pull up that information, call the person, be like, hey, we have a kayak offshore Waikiki.
Well, this is me.
Are you home or are you safe? And they're like, yes, we're safe. They're like, okay, well, we're going to grab your kayak and you can come pick it up here. So it saves the first responders, keeps the assets available for real emergencies, saves money. And then in addition, it's a lost and found program as well. And just to give everybody an idea, last week alone, by Thursday of last week, the Coast Guard had launched 4 search and rescue cases for adrift gear in 1 week.
In 1 week.
In 4 days, 4 cases.
And these stickers are out now, right now?
Yes. And if you like, I can list off the retailers.
Yeah, please. Let's list them out.
So we've been on Oahu for about 2 years now. We just expanded to Maui this past month, and we'll be on Big Island by this time next month.
Okay.
So here on Oahu, you can pick up stickers for free at POP, West Marine, Surf and Sea in Haleiwa, Windward Boats in Kailua, Kewalo Harbor Master's office, any state DOBOR office. Across the state, you can find them. On Maui, you can find them at Maui Sporting Goods Wailuku, Adventure Sports Maui, Kanaha Kai Maui, High Tech Surf Sports, Second Wind Sail, Surf and Kite, Tri-Paddle Maui, and Maui Marine Center.
Awesome.
You can also find that list at hosthawaii.org/sticker.
That was my next question. now, it's a known fact if people hear it 3 times, they remember it forever. So let's shout out that website 2 more times.
hosthawaii.org/sticker, hosthawaii.org/sticker.
Hey,
Everybody
and
together
he
now.
sounds like a DJ on the third time, and I'm officially out of a job. Thank you very much. I will be in the unemployment line.
And just one thing I want to mention real quick.
Yes,
Something
sir.
that's where this program is now starting to take off is where we were limited before was in quantity.
Uh-huh.
Because Host is a nonprofit, 501(c), and we could only order so many stickers at a time.
Right.
But now the state, DLNR, DOBOR, Division of Boating and Ocean Recreation,
Okay.
recently purchased 10,000 stickers. So
Many miles.
now we have enough.
Shout
stock.
out.
Yes, thank you
Wow.
very much.
10,000.
Clifford Inn, great guy. But
Okay.
now that we have that quantity, we can start promoting it. Thank you for having us here to be able to try and spread the word now that we have enough quantity.
Definitely. Our pleasure. Now, I do have a question. If you put this on multiple water sports items that you own, how does that work?
Well, every sticker is unique. So if you wanted to mark, say, 5 different items that you had in your garage, you just get 5 stickers. You can pick them up for free at your marine
They all have a
detailer.
different number.
They all have a different number. They all have a different code.
okay.
So you scan and register
it.
them individually,
Got it.
slap them on your board, and
Okay.
then you're set.
That's it. So you can have like 10 surfboards like my man right here.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So let's see. What happens if an accident and the winds, like if it happens where there's an accident and the winds just get caught up in the stand-up paddleboard and set adrift and everything like that? Same thing. You guys just call.
Yeah, so if the paddleboard goes adrift offshore, again, it'll get reported. The Coast Guard and state or lifeguards, whatever waters it happens in, will send out some first responders, and if they'll immediately look for people if they don't have to find people, but then they see this sticker, they're going to immediately go and try and contact the owner, and if they make successful contact with the owner, they can stop the effort right there, or if lifeguard finds, or let's say a Good Samaritan finds it offshore and calls the Coast Guard, I found this, but there's this scan if found on it, they can call the person before initiating a search and rescue
That's
operation.
amazing. I mean, I wish that was for everything, like, wow. Well, in closing, I'd like you guys to let people know how they can get a hold of you folks, since you guys are spearheading this project, if they want to be like a retailer or a location that wants to hold the sticker, because it doesn't have to be only ocean safety places, right? We could put it somewhere else. So.
Absolutely. In fact,
So how
we're
did they get a
looking-
hold of you?
Oh, absolutely. So we're actually looking not just for retailers, but we'd also like to partner with some folks on Kauai, Lanai, Molokai, and maybe on the Hilo side of Big Island, because we don't have coverage in those areas at this time. So if there's folks out there who are interested in getting involved with the program or getting involved with Host, we would love to bring you on board, maybe get some help promoting these stickers or getting them in retailers in your location.
Okay,
Best way to get a hold of us is going to be info@hosthawaii.org. So that's info@hosthawaii.org.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to our listeners before we close?
I think maybe the take home here is just that our first responders have an issue, which is that they have to launch search and rescue and waste all kinds of assets every week.
Right.
Because unfortunately, gear like dive floats and kayaks and canoes goes drifting out to sea far too often.
Right.
So we're just encouraging folks to mark their water gear. Now, you could do that with these stickers, or you could just write your name in Sharpie on your canoe.
Yeah.
It's really the same difference to us. We'd like to see this problem go away.
Yeah.
So whether that looks like you marking your gear yourself or picking up one of these stickers, which we think are a pretty good answer to the problem,
Sure.
we just encourage you to get involved that way.
And don't forget, in addition to that benefit, it benefits you as well because it also is a really awesome lost and found program for
Lost and
ocean
Found.
recreation gear.
For sure. Well, thank you, Mac and Gabe, for being part of our show today. And keep us posted on what's next in the future.
Will do.
All right.
Thanks for
Aloha.
having us.